Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. In what could be one of the most seismic shifts in the NFL offseason, there are growing whispers coming out of multiple league insiders suggesting that star left tackle Trent Williams is on his way to South Beach. That's right, Williams, the dominant force who anchored the San Francisco 49ers offensive line for the past few seasons, may have just been involved in a jaw-dropping trade to the Miami Dolphins. Although no official statement has been made, the buzz is deafening and the implications are massive. Sources close to both organizations are hinting that the Dolphins may have pulled off the ultimate power move, securing a future Hall of Famer and leaving the 49ers front office scrambling for answers. The Dolphins have been searching for a truly elite presence on the offensive line to protect Tua Tagovailoa. And if this rumor holds water, they may have just gotten the ultimate upgrade. Williams' name has been synonymous with dominance, toughness, and reliability, traits Miami has desperately needed up front. As speculation continues to build, fans from both coasts are already reacting on social media with shock awe, and no shortage of speculation about what this could mean for both franchises. Heading into the 2025 season, from the moment the rumor surfaced, the NFL world has been in full-blown meltdown mode. Trent Williams, widely considered the best left tackle in the league over the past decade, reportedly chose to waive his no-trade clause for a shot at joining a rising power in the AFC East. The idea of Williams willingly leaving a perennial NFC contender like the 49ers seems unthinkable on paper, but when you start peeling back the layers, it begins to make a little more sense. The Dolphins, under head coach Mike McDaniel, a former San Francisco assistant, have been building a culture of explosiveness, speed, and now physical dominance. McDaniel's previous ties to Williams could have been the key to opening this door. Perhaps there were behind-the-scenes conversations that gave Williams the confidence that Miami is not only serious about winning, but fully prepared to compete for a Super Bowl. If this trade truly goes through, it would send a clear message to the rest of the league: Miami is no longer building, they're ready. And for the 49ers, who've leaned on Williams as a foundational piece of their offense, this would be nothing short of a gut punch at the most crucial time of the offseason. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the mystery surrounding the terms of the trade. No official details have emerged yet, but insiders are speculating that the Dolphins had to give up a substantial package, likely including multiple high draft picks and possibly a young starter or two, to even get the 49ers to pick up the phone. Miami's front office, led by Chris Grier, has never shied away from making bold moves, and this one would be their biggest yet. On the flip side, San Francisco fans are wondering what could possibly justify losing the anchor of their offensive line, especially with Brock Purdy entering a pivotal stage in his development. Could this be the start of a deeper roster shakeup in the Bay Area? Or is this simply a calculated risk in anticipation of a long-term rebuild or cap relief scenario? Whatever the motive, the optics are difficult to ignore. Williams was a leader in the locker room, a warrior on the field, and a cornerstone in every sense. His departure, if confirmed, would mark the end of an era and leave a gaping hole that won't be easy to fill no matter what assets they got. In return, Miami fans meanwhile are already buzzing with excitement at the mere thought of Trent Williams donning aqua and orange. The Dolphins' offense, already packed with firepower in Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert, just added a nuclear-grade shield on the blind side. The possibilities become endless when you think of what this means for Tua Tagovailoa, who's often been criticized for his fragility and lack of time in the pocket. With Williams protecting him suddenly, the Dolphins' offensive ceiling skyrockets. There's a newfound legitimacy that comes with acquiring someone of Williams' caliber. He's not just an elite player, he's a tone setter, a culture changer, and perhaps most importantly, a player who wins. The combination of his brute strength, quick feet, and football IQ makes him nearly impossible to replicate. Opposing defensive. Coordinators are already recalibrating their plans for how to attack Miami, and if the front office can solidify the interior line to match this team, becomes a juggernaut almost overnight. But with all that said, it still feels surreal. Could this really be happening? Could one of the game's greatest truly be headed to South Florida? Now let's talk about the reaction inside the 49ers organization, because you better believe heads are spinning right now in Santa Clara. Losing Trent Williams isn't just about replacing a left tackle. It's about replacing a leader, a presence, and a standard setter. You don't just plug someone else in and expect things to run smoothly. Word is that the front office was blindsided by how quickly the deal escalated, though whispers had been circulating for weeks that there was some internal tension over contract restructuring talks. If Williams felt undervalued, or if there was a disagreement over the team's long-term vision that could have fueled his willingness to jump ship. Additionally, the presence of younger linemen waiting in the wings might have made the 49ers front office feel like they could afford to make a bold move. But whether they acted out of confidence or desperation is a question fans and analysts will be debating for months. Right now, what's certain is that the locker room is stunned. Players like Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are said to be absolutely floored by the move, with one anonymous source calling it the worst-kept secret that no one wanted to admit was real. As for Trent Williams himself, he's kept unusually quiet in the days leading up to this possible bombshell, which only fuels the speculation. Normally one to speak his mind, his silence has many insiders convinced that something major is indeed brewing behind the scenes. Williams has always been calculated with his decisions, from the way he left Washington to how he extended his career in San Francisco. If he's truly leaving the Bay, it's not on a whim, it's strategic. There's a belief that he sees something special brewing in Miami, perhaps believing that the Dolphins are on the cusp of a legitimate Super Bowl run. At this stage in his career, chasing a ring is almost certainly a top priority, and with the AFC East getting more competitive by the year, aligning with a hungry ascending franchise makes sense. Plus, there's no denying the appeal of Miami as a lifestyle destination. No state tax year-round sunshine and a thriving sports scene. Could this be the next chapter in Williams' storied career? One thing's for sure, if and when he breaks. His silence, the football world will be hanging on every single word. Still with us, then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments what's your take on the Fins this week. In terms of legacy, this move, if confirmed, would have long-lasting ripple effects. Trent Williams would become one of the rare elite talents to make a late career switch that could define not only his future, but the future of two franchises. For the 49ers forces a reevaluation of how they protect Brock Purdy moving forward. For the Dolphins, it signals that the time is now. No more excuses. No more waiting for the young core to develop. They're going all in, and they're doing it with one of the most feared men in football leading the charge in the trenches. Analysts are already comparing the potential impact of this move to the Rams trading for Von Miller or the Buccaneers signing Tom Brady. It's a statement of intent. And while offensive linemen rarely get the spotlight, anyone who understands the game knows just how important this kind of acquisition can be. Williams isn't just a blocker, he's a game changer. He allows your offense to breathe, to expand, to dream bigger. And if the Dolphins pull this off, they may have just taken the biggest step yet toward turning their Super Bowl dreams into reality. It's also worth noting how this rumored trade shifts the balance of power in both conferences. The NFC, which just saw Aaron Rodgers depart not long ago, now potentially loses another marquee name to the AFC. The 49ers, once viewed as the most physically dominant team in the conference, now face questions about whether they've lost their edge. Meanwhile, the AFC continues to stack stars, making the path to a Super Bowl appearance even more treacherous. The Dolphins are no longer chasing Buffalo and Kansas City, they're staring them down. And with the kind of offensive firepower they've assembled, adding Trent Williams makes them a nightmare matchup for any defense. His presence alone can change how teams blitz, how edge rushers engage, and how coordinators scheme their entire approach. That's the kind of player we're talking about. The ripple effect touches everything from play calling to locker room culture. If you're a fan of the NFL, this kind of move doesn't just make headlines, it changes the very fabric of the league. It's bold, it's shocking, and if it goes through, it might be one of the most impactful trades of the past decade. But there's still a question that looms over all of this. What's the truth? Is this just smoke without fire? Or is the NFL about to witness one of the most explosive deals in recent memory? Right now, the rumor mill is operating at full capacity, with insiders dropping cryptic tweets, reporters chasing down leads, and fans dissecting every clue like amateur detectives. Social media is ablaze, Reddit threads are exploding, and sports talk shows are dedicating entire segments to this potential bombshell. The lack of immediate denial from either franchise only adds to the intrigue. Typically, teams are quick to squash false narratives, but this time radio silence. That kind of quiet can often be the loudest signal that something major is brewing. Could it all come down to a last-minute medical check or a cap calculation? Maybe. Or maybe this was done days ago and they're just waiting for the right moment to announce it. Either way, the NFL universe is holding its collective breath and the countdown has begun. We may be hours, maybe even minutes away from finding out the truth behind the whispers. And then there's the human element. What does this mean for Trent Williams as a person, as a competitor, as a legend? He's battled through injuries, doubters, and adversity to cement his legacy as one of the greats. Leaving San Francisco wouldn't just be a business move. It would be an emotional one. He built bonds there, fought playoff battles there, and came within inches of a championship. Walking away from that has to carry weight, but it also speaks volumes about his mindset. He's hungry, he's chasing greatness, and perhaps he believes Miami offers the clearest path to immortality. For fans of the game, that kind of passion is why we watch. It's not just about touchdowns and stats. It's about legacy, about the pursuit of excellence, about daring to make the kind of decision that changes everything. Trent Williams might just be doing that. And if he is, we're all witnesses to a moment that will be talked about for years to come. Whether you're in San Francisco, Miami, or anywhere else in the football world, this is the kind of story that makes the NFL the greatest drama in sports. Let's be clear, if this move does go through, we'll look back on this day as a turning point. A fork in the road for both franchises. The 49ers would enter a new chapter, one without their cornerstone on the line, and one where the pressure mounts on young players to rise up fast. Miami, on the other hand, would officially shed the label of potential and enter the rarefied air of contender. Every team dreams of making a move like this. Few ever get the chance. But Trent Williams is no ordinary player. And if the Dolphins managed to land him, they didn't just add talent. They added belief, swagger, championship DNA, the kind of presence that elevates everyone around him. Whether or not this trade becomes official in the coming hours or days. One thing is certain, the NFL will never be the same. Stay tuned because this story is far from over and the fireworks might just be beginning. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins. Fan, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.